All right, we're now on Forest Road 176 along with Luna. This is the road that goes to our cabin that's being built at this time. Understanding the building on the right is Craig County Emergency Services. I think this is the Craig County Police and Fire and Rescue's communication. We're about 3,400 feet here. Going about 3.5 miles to the cabin built site. This is US Forest Road 176. Bit bumpy in places. We're expecting a high of 97 degrees in the Roanoke Valley today. Right now we're 74 degrees at 10 a.m. up on Potts Mountain. We usually find it to be 10 to 15 degrees cooler than the Roanoke Valley. This is a communications tower here. I believe this is US Forest Service. I have seen US Forest Service vehicles here. Not sure, but I believe that's who is operating that particular tower. This is another major tower. It is really big and you can see it from the Hanging Rock overlook. I'm not sure who manages it now, but it used to say Verizon. Let me pull down here and get another look back at it. It is quite massive. It makes for quite a landmark. You can see it coming from Newcastle to Potts Mountain, and when you're at Hanging Rock overlook, it's very prominent. Bitcoin miners are still working this morning. That's what the latest ding was for. We're about 3,500 feet here. Where the cabin is located, it's right at 3,700 feet. This is near the second highest location in Craig County, which is the Hanging Rock Overlook. The highest being Arnold's Knob, which is on Potts Mountain West. Missed that one. This is perhaps one of the more rugged parts of the trail. It's been recently washed out due to some of the rains we had, and this also can be a mud hole, but we've had some dry weather recently and it's not too bad. So hang on, we'll creep up this hill. We're hopeful that U.S. Forest Service will address some of this road. I believe that homeowners will have no problem getting in and out, but the beautiful, and I do mean probably the hidden gem, is the Hanging Rock Observatory, and you would hope that the general public could be able to get to that in a normal everyday passenger car, which if you probably could, but it's getting progressively more difficult, and you don't want people to not be able to take advantage of that. The property that the cabin sits on was a farmstead or homestead dating back to the 1800s, probably pre-Civil War. Some of the records are not complete in Craig County, as some of them were burned during the Civil War in the attempt to burn down the courthouse, which some of the Union generals stopped them from doing that. But you could only imagine what it would be like to live up here in the 1800s. This would probably have been no more than a goat path, if that, and to eke out your existence on top of this mountain at about 3,700 feet, very remote from anyone else. It would be a 3.5 mile walk back to 311. But the road's not terrible, but it would be nice if they would address this one section a little bit more, because I'm going to point out the Hanging Rock Overlook coming up. If you're in the area, I would definitely put it on your list of things to see. McAfee's Knob's probably the most famous, maybe even nationally famous, but Hanging Rock affords some beautiful views and a bit of solitude. We'll see if anyone's at the overlook today. If they are, that's great, but oftentimes there's not, so the traffic is pretty light. There's the 3-mile marker. This begins on the right hand side, begins the edge of personal property holdings. There's, I think, 18 or 19 lots that were originally subdivided, roughly about 10 acres, going back to 1991. But this was originally part of a farmstead. We've seen fence line on our property, and also there's some old apple trees further out. Okay, this is the parking lot for the Hanging Rock Trail, which is a relatively short trail that goes down to a rock formation overlooking the other side of the valley. Parking probably 8-10 cars, maybe a little bit of parking here on the side. Very short hike, probably 0.6 of a mile. You go slightly up to the highest point on Potts Mountain, and then you head back down. Luna, honey, I know you hear the pups, but are you okay? Luna? All right, there's a few, one of the neighbors here does have some bear dogs, and this road is not frequently traveled with the exception of bear season, when the hunters are out pursuing the bear. Okay, we're coming up on Hanging Rock Circle, which is a private road. The bottom of the property that we purchased and built a cabin on has road frontage on the bottom of this road, but Hanging Rock Circle is a small public road, private road that makes a circle. There's probably 8 or 10 homes here on these properties, so a lot of the lots are undeveloped. There's been nothing on them. So we're 3,700 feet here. That's pretty close to what the elevation is going to be at the cabin, maybe minus 30 or 40 feet from that as we set down over the hill. For whatever reason, I guess it's the composition of the soils, but it tends not to be dusty. I don't quite understand it. Most of the time when you have a road like this, you would think it would throw up a lot of dust, but perhaps it's the clay or whatever's in the soil. It tends not to be a real dusty road, which that's a plus. Okay, we're beginning to get really close. Couple more mud holes and a couple more holes in the road, and we'll be there. That's my neighbor's picnic shelter. Beginning to see the foundation of the property here on the right. And right here we see the beginning to mow. This is my property line. Today it looks a bit hazy, but as you can see, the foundation down in the bottom. Matter of fact, I think I'll stop here and we'll take a quick look.